So today I'll be interviewing my grandma,
Eleanora Carthens.
Okay, so before I start this interview, I just want to say if any of these questions make you uncomfortable, please do not answer them. So where and when were you born?
Washington, D.C. 11/30/35.
Do you remember anything about World War II when you were little? Or do you?
I remember my father was in World War II. I don't remember too much about it because I was a baby, but he was in it. And he served in it for a while. And I had pictures of him in his sailor suit.
In a sailor suit?
Yes.
Okay. So he was in the Navy?
He was in the Navy.
So you said that you were born in D.C. So how was your life growing up in D.C.?
It was okay. It was fine. I was very religious.
Religious?
Yes, I'm a Catholic. Strict Catholic.
But did you go to an all-black school?
Yes, I did.
And were most of your friends like just black?
Yes. When I was little. When I grew up, I had all kind of friends.
Okay. Did you experience segregation? And if so, where and when?
Yes. Yes, in the early 50s, we couldn't, in the 5 and 10 cent store, when we would go there, we had to stand up on the end of the counter, and they would only serve us hot dogs and hamburgers. We couldn't sit at the counter and eat. We couldn't go to the same bathrooms that the other people went to. We'd have to go to the bathroom around the corner. Dirty bathrooms.
So like what else, like were there segregated water fountains and like,
Yes.
did you see like the signs for colored people and for white people?
Yes.
How often did you see it? Did you see it like everywhere you turned or in certain areas?
In certain areas.
Certain areas?
Yes.
Was that like in the suburbs mainly or in the city?
In the city.
Sorry, in the city. In my class, we learned about the sit-ins at Woolworths. So did you hear about those things?
Yes, that was Woolworth where I told you we had to stand up on the end of the counter.
So that was the place?
Yes. And they only served us hot dogs and hamburgers. We couldn't eat the rest of the food.
Did you participate in any sit-ins, or did you know anyone that participated in it?
No, I didn't.
Was it like very dangerous to participate in a sit-in?
I guess so because I was real young then.
How old were you when you couldn't sit down in the restaurants?
I think I was about 10. I was about 10 and my sister and I, we used to go downtown.
So how did you react when you heard that other people started to sit in at restaurants where they weren't allowed to? Like when...
Oh, that made me feel good that I was able to go and sit in the restaurants that I used to couldn't sit in.
Oh, that's good. What couldn't you do because of your race? So this kind of falls with the whole segregation and like the places where you could go and you couldn't go. Like what else couldn't you do because of your race?
Well, different games we didn't play. Different things that we couldn't go to.
Like what things couldn't you go to?
Well, some of the restaurants we couldn't go in. Some of them we could. I remember when I grew older and I worked at this restaurant, they had to open up the trap, and I had to go down in the basement. I was a salad girl and fix the food down there. I couldn't eat upstairs with the other people. I had to eat in the basement.
Oh.
But one day, the girls didn't show up, and I was upstairs, and this congressman came in and he wanted me to serve him some coffee. So the manager told me if I served him coffee and he tipped me, I'd had to put it in the box for the other girls. I couldn't keep it myself.
Oh.
So that was later.
What else did you work in? Like what? Like you told me like a while back that you used to work in a bar.
Yes, I used to work in a bar where I met different entertainers. Well, I met the Four Tops, the Falcons, the Coasters, Gladys Knight and the Pips, Eddie Floyd, James Brown, Wilson Pickett, and James, Smokey Robinson. And Robinson, when they came off the show, I would have their food ready, and I would give them extra sodas and milk.
That is nice. Oh.
They didn't drink alcohol, and none of them smoked. They were very nice entertainers.
So you told me that you had a close relationship with James Brown. How was that?
Yes, it was very nice. James was very nice to me. I used to travel from city to city with him.
You did?
And I used to sit in the room and watch his money. I never took a dime from him. And that's why he would let me watch his money while he was on stage.
Wow.
Yes. And I had a nice time traveling with him in airplanes
Well, that's nice.
and jets.
What did you do for fun when you were little, like when you were a teenager? Because nowadays, teenagers like me, whenever we're bored, we go on our phones and we there's so much technology now that we're kind of robbed of our teenage years. So what did you guys do when you guys were teenagers?
Oh, well, we would go to the movie, and the movie was always a long ways from his house. We had to walk a long way to go to the movie, and it wasn't but 35 cents.
35 cents.
35 cents. We used to go every Saturday to the movie. And we used to go to parties.
How were your parties like? What type of music was played?
Oh, rock and roll. And we had fun.
Oh. So there are many civil rights things going on when you were little, like the Brown versus Board of Education and the Rosa Parks. So do you remember how the country reacted to those significant things?
Yes, when things didn't go right, they would riot. And in the 60s, in the 68, they had a rioting on 14th Street here. And James came and quieted the people down.
Why did people riot in 68?
Because Martin Luther King was shot and killed him.
Did you watch that on TV?
Yes. Yes, I saw it on TV.
Was it safe to go outside or no?
No, it wasn't too safe because they were throwing stones and rocks at the police and burning the people's business down and stealing things out of the places. And he came and he walked up and down the street talking to people, and he quieted down. Everybody loved James. We had ration books and we had coupons that we could use on certain days.
Oh. Were there a lot of protests going on?
It was.
Did you hear it like on TV or did you hear it in the streets?
I mostly heard it on TV.
What were the roles of women in the 1900s and how is that different today?
Well, women mainly was in the homes taking care of the children, and the men went out to work. But now the women can come out and work and do the same thing that men do, but they don't get paid as much money as the men do for the same jobs. like they're truck drivers and they work in the street, and they're policemen and firemen and different things, but the men make more money than women do.
Oh.
Yeah. But some of the women are stronger than the men,
Yeah, that's true.
but they don't make as much money.
Do you think that will change, like in maybe 50 or 20 years?
Maybe they're trying to get money now, the same amount they give the men to give to the women. Because some women work harder than men. Some men stay home and take care of the children now. And their wives go out and work.
That's true. Well, thank you for taking the time to let me interview you today. And that's it for this interview. Okay.
You're welcome.
Bye, Grandma.
Bye, favorite granddaughter.
This is going on YouTube so your other granddaughters may see it.
Well, they know.
Okay. Bye, Grandma.
Goodbye, sweetheart.
Here we go.
Oh, this is my autograph from James Brown to Eleanor. With love, James Brown.